Hi, I'm Lisa Lund from Shadow Valley Quilts. This is the Pinwheel Roundup quilt. It's a great, fast, easy, quick make that's really fun to put together, and it's fat quarter friendly. This quilt, for the throw size, uses 10 fat quarters and this background fabric. It's a great one for if you have a special fat quarter pack that you hate to cut into because it's so pretty. This is a nice one because it has nice, big pieces that show off the prints or the fabrics really nicely. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be making this quilt, the same pattern, in some beautiful floral prints. See if you can see this. Aren't those pretty and springy? Love these florals. So in the tutorial, I'll show you how to make this out of 10 fat quarters and this background fabric. So stay tuned. This is a good one. This is the fabric collection I'll be using to make this quilt. Isn't it gorgeous? It's called Garden of Affection by Benartex. I'm loving all these floral prints. Here I have the quilt back, the binding, the background fabric, and 10 different fat quarters. The first thing I need to do is sort the fat quarters into pairs. I'm making the throw size quilt, so I'll need 5 pairs of coordinating fat quarters. In the pattern, the fabric in each pair will be referred to as fabric A and fabric B. The background fabric, fabric 1, will be cut into large and small squares to start. Pretty simple. The fat quarters all need to be cut into 4 large and 2 small squares. All the exact measurements are found in the pattern. We're going to start with block 1, which is a square in a square block. We'll make block 1 each from every fabric A and fabric B. We start with 2 large squares of both fabric A and fabric B. Cut them all in half diagonally from corner to corner, so we have 4 triangles of each fabric. Set the fabric B triangles aside. Using the fabric A triangles and 1 large fabric 1 square, we'll assemble block 1. Align 2 triangles with opposing sides of the fabric 1 square. Center the triangles on the square. The tips of the triangles will extend beyond the edge of the square. Sew the triangles in place and then press the seam allowances open. Align the remaining 2 triangles to the remaining 2 sides of the square. Center the triangles, sew them in place, and press the seam allowances open. Trim the block to 12.5 inches square, maintaining a 1/4 inch space between the fabric 1 points and the edge of the block. Repeat this process and make another block 1 from the fabric B triangles and another large fabric 1 square. Now we have our 2 coordinating block 1 square in a square blocks. Create a block 1 square in a square from each of the remaining fat quarter fabrics. I'm making the throw quilt, so I have 10 different block 1s. Now we'll start on block 2, which is the pinwheel block. We'll need 2 small squares of both fabric A and fabric 1, or the background fabric. Cut all the squares in half diagonally to create 4 triangles of each fabric. Now we'll sew the fabric A and fabric 1 triangles to each other along one of their short sides. We're creating another triangle unit. Make sure you're not sewing the triangles together along their long sides, creating a square. Sew the triangles together with fabric A on the right side of each pair. Then press the seam allowances open. Now, we need 2 large squares of fabric B. This is the coordinating quarter fabric. Cut both large fabric B squares in half diagonally to form 4 large triangles. We'll sew these large triangles to the triangle units we just made along the long side. This time, we will be creating squares. Sew all 4 squares and press the seam allowances open. Trim all 4 squares to the correct size. Now arrange the 4 squares into a pinwheel shape, as shown in the pattern. Sew the squares together 2 at a time, and press the seam allowances open. Now we'll sew the 2 halves together. Poke a pin right through the tip of the triangle point in the center of both pieces. Keeping that pin vertical, place another pin securing the fabric on both sides. Sew the halves together and press the seam allowances open. Then trim the block to size. Now we'll repeat that process with fabric A and fabric B reversed. We'll start with 2 small squares of fabric B and fabric 1 and 2 large squares of fabric A. Create the pinwheel block following the same steps, and we'll end up with 2 coordinating block 2 pinwheel blocks. Repeat with all the remaining pairs of fabric. Create the small squares in pairs using the complementary fat quarters. Then sew the squares together to form the pinwheel blocks, following the same steps we just used. When the pinwheel blocks are assembled, trim them up, and now we have our 10 block 2 pinwheel blocks assembled. Lay them out following the directions in the pattern, or create your own design. Now it's time for the sashing. Let's see if I can get through this section without twisting up my tongue. We're going to start with the short sashing strips and assemble 1 row at a time. Place a short strip between each block in the row and sew the row together. Press the seam allowances toward the sashings. You're only going to sew the strips between the blocks, not at the ends of the rows. Sew all 5 rows together and press the seam allowances toward the sashing strips. Now we'll create our long sashing strips. Sew the width of fabric strips together end to end. Press the seam allowances open. Now we can cut the long strips to length, or we can measure them with our quilt to account for any small discrepancies. I'm going to cut them individually as I go. Pin the sashing strip to the bottom of each of the 5 rows and cut to length. Sew the long sashing in place and press the seam allowances toward the sashing. Now pin another sashing strip to the top of the top row and sew it in place. So now all 5 rows have a long sashing strip attached to the bottom, and the top strip also has a strip along the top. Now we're ready to sew these rows together. We need to be careful to line up the short sashing strips though. Because they're not directly touching, it can be easy to forget to align them, but our eyes will expect all the sashings to continue in a straight line. Fold back the top fabric to check for alignment and pin every sashing junction. Then sew the rows together and press the seam allowances toward the sashing. Now we need to add the 2 side borders. Pin the long sashing strip to the sides and cut to length. Then sew it in place and press the seam allowances toward the borders. Now our quilt top is finished. I used this gorgeous print from the same Garden of Affection collection to make my backing, and I quilted my quilt with the Big Blossom Panto by the Quilting Mill. I bound it with one of the darker prints from the collection, and now the quilt is finished. It's so pretty, and it shows off all the lovely prints so nicely. Hi, thank you for joining me for this tutorial of the Pinwheel Roundup quilt. If you'd like to make your own, you can pick up the pattern at shadowvalleyquilts.com. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.